What's good, y'all? I like this. Thank y'all for coming to kick it with River Brown Skin John. If you're interested, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep this content moving around these YouTube streets. You dig me? And let's roll.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So today's message is called "What's a goon to a god or a goddess?" Okay, goon by meaning some low vibe energy. You know what I'm saying? Adversity, people, places, and things. Okay, so this is me sharing a part of my being vulnerable, sharing a part of my journey, and just some experiences that I have, and the messages that the spirit delivers to me, and that I want to share with y'all because I know I ain't the only one going through this shit. Okay. All right, so just to hop right into it, lately, I was having a hard time, transmuting negative energy, and it made me feel like my situations that I were being faced with was, they had me like drowning. Like I just kept feeling like everything was just coming at me like boom, boom. It was 1:11 just now. Everything was just coming at me like boom, 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 and it was just like becoming too much pressure, and it was hard to keep positive when everything just looked so negative, everything looked negative, which made me feel negative, and I didn't know how to transmute that energy. And so for like a week straight, I just kept singing the song Pressure by Luisa off the movie Encanto. If y'all don't know about that, just go ahead and look up the song on YouTube or something. But it made me feel like the weight of the world was on my shoulder, and I don't have a choice but to keep it up, basically. And that's not a great feeling to have, y'all. Like, as we all know, it's not a great feeling, right? So I came home from work one day, I was on my break, and I just sat at my altar, and I was just like quiet. I just sat there, and I kind of wanted to cry, but I didn't want to, like, it just was just like, I just was like, what do I need to know? What words of encouragement can y'all give me right now? I sit and I talk to my spiritual family all the time. And I was just like, what can y'all give me to go with right now? Like, I feel so heavy and I don't know how to get out of this, And so I sat there and, sorry y'all. I just sat there and I went and I pulled one of my oracle cards, and Goddess Satira, herself, she presented herself, and so I knew she had a message for me. I know the Most High was using her to give me a message, right? And the following day, I sat and I wrote in my journal, and I had even more downloads pertaining to that message. So I want to go over first with Satira's message was to me, but also some scripture messages that came through the following day that apply to that as well, okay? So Goddess Satira, she's a part of the African Goddesses Oracle deck. She talks about being brazen, okay? The definition of brazen is literally to be bold without shame, okay? Like I always say, keep your shit real, keep your shit raw, okay? Be bold without shame, okay? And I want to read y'all an excerpt. If y'all don't want to hear me reading because it's pretty lengthy, feel free to fast forward, but, get this good tea if you want it, okay? So, let me go through it. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So, it says, let's talk about being brazen. Raise your hand if you ever had enough of people telling you to be strong or saluting your strength. No, thank you. That is killing us. We are flesh and blood human beings with access to our full range of human emotions. Yes, we have been strong as a survival mechanism, but surviving is not living, as we all know, okay? And if you don't know, I'm here to tell you today, okay? That is no longer enough. Focusing on strength means sacrificing your vulnerability, your humanity, and instead of trying to be strong, be brazen, okay? God force energy is brazen. Brazenness leaves the tyranny of needing to be respectable and people-pleasing at the gate. Our divine feminine definition of brazenness is a bit different than you might expect. There are different kinds of ways to be brazen. It's up to you to find your own. It is brazen to raise your children differently than your parents. It is brazen to speak up for someone who was not in the room. Brazenness is choosing a path that is unbeaten. It is brazen to choose different spiritual practice than your community. It is brazen to be unapologetically yourself. It is brazen to be unfuckwittable and to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Brazenness is asking, what would I dare do if I knew I could not fail? Brazenness is courage topped off with faith in your own divinity and power. There is a saying, don't tell a god or a goddess how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big your God is, okay? Ooh, this is so good. Channel this energy when you want your leap, when you want to leap over anything in life that is thrown in your path. You can do it. To give us more context of the magic of the brazen satiric energy, let's take it further back. The Dutch started kidnapping and trafficking people from the west coast of Africa to Guyana in 1620 to work on sugar plantations. Guyana was colonized by the Dutch, French, and eventually the British. Chattel slavery was abolished in Guyana in 1834. After slavery, 4 years of apprenticeship as a transition period was instituted. During this apprenticeship period, the free men and women had to work 40 hours for no pay on plantations, okay? They were paid a pittance only for every hour they worked for over the 40 hours of free labor, okay? So basically, they only got a little penny after working 40 hours, okay? Plus, now they had to pay rent to live on the plantation on which they worked. And this is so funny that this was brought up because this is exactly what was bothering me. Having so many bills and rent and everything, just all these expenses just rushing at me at one time. And I'm like, I'm only one person. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? So this really, really touched me. Okay. This talks about I'm gonna keep reading. Okay. Okay. The British gave reparations, but not to the formerly enslaved. They gave reparations to the plantation owners for having loss of free labor. This sounds like how they was giving them tax breaks to the rich ass millionaires and shit, and we still out here fucking striving and slaving to eat and survive. Whew, child, okay? But somehow, satirist people were able to gather enough coins to do the unthinkable. The newly emancipated African Guyanese people of the Buxton, that's a tribe, okay, pooled their money to proudly purchase their own plantations in established villages. 128 formerly enslaved families purchased the village of Buxton, where they had been enslaved in 1840 for $50,000. So they went back and bought the same plantation the same land that they were once enslaved on. They went back and bought that motherfucker, okay, for 50 grand. That's a lot of goddamn money back then, okay? Then 168 formerly enslaved families purchased the neighboring town of Friendship, and they linked the two villages. So we got the Friendship village over here and the Buxton tribe village over here, okay? And they linked them. All of these people were reformed slaves. They ain't slaves no more. You know what I'm saying? The family, should they go in to talk about where their family is from, okay? What made them think that this was possible, though? Who told you you could do that, right? If recently emancipated enslaved people could brazenly purchase their own village, what is possible for you? Our Goddess Temple Circle sister Damali Abrams, aka the Glitter Priestess, is a brazen international visual and a performance artist, healer, and professor. She is definitely a daughter of Satira. And I'm not just saying that because she is my blood sister. Okay, sorry. Okay. Was there more that I wanted to read to y'all? All right, but y'all get the point, okay? What was that? That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. So I just wanted to also point out, this is from the Temple of Warriors. This is where the Satira is from. This is just some mantras, some affirmations y'all can use and say to yourself. I make shift happen. You make shit happen, which makes shifts happen, okay? I matter. It is safe to put myself first. I feel like me when I'm happy. I am bold, brave, shameless, and brazen, okay? Ashe. I love that. I love it. I motherfucking love it, okay? So let's hop back into it, all right? So now I'm going to go into read the scriptures. First, I'm going to read Matthew 14. Why didn't I put it? Okay. I'm going to read Matthew verse chapter 14, verses 22 to 33. I'm really not going to read them. I'm just going to go over what they are talking about. So this talks about Jesus or Yeshua walking on water, right? And Peter, you know what I'm saying? He was like, if you really, you know what I'm saying, you really like that, tell me to come out on this water. So Yeshua was like, come on, walk out on this motherfucker. Like, it's me, bro. Okay? Walk out on this motherfucker. So Peter, you know, he started stutter stepping. He started walking on the water, and he like, oh, I'm walking on water. But now he's shook because the wind start moving, you know, blowing all crazy, and the waves start getting, you know, doing their little wave thing. And so instead of him keeping his eye on the prize, which was the, you know, Jesus, Yeshua, he starts focusing on the shit that's going on around him, the scary shit, okay, the shit that can attack, right? So the moment he does that, he starts to sink. All right. Then another scripture which actually popped up today was Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 27. Behold, I am the Lord God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? And what I wrote after that was, if nothing is too hard for God, that means nothing is too hard for you. You are creation in the flesh, right? So let's go and tie everything together. So basically, how I broke down Yeshua walking on water, right? Yeshua represents source, God, just like us, right? In the flesh, okay? And so if we keep our eye on source, we keep our eye on the prize, how can we fail? Right? If I am I'm a literal walking vessel of source, right? How can I fail? How can I not succeed? You know what I'm saying? And so it's like you have to be brazen, which is to be bold and fearless without shame, okay? You have to know this is what faith is. This is what walking by faith is about. You have to know, even in the face, I'm walking on motherfucking water. People drown, there's sharks in this bitch, anything, right? But I have to know that if source is telling me, walk on this water, you can walk on water, why can't I believe that I can walk on water? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't I believe that I could walk on water? Why don't I believe that I'm bold and I'm fearless and I can do all things? You know how it says in the book, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. My translation to that is I can do all things through the source that is within me. If source is within me, then I am source. That means that I can make shit happen. I can make shit shake. I can make shit happen. I can make shit move, okay? I can walk on water. I can lift fucking trains. I can hold the planet on my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am, okay? And so I love the title, what's a goon? Like, what's this adversity? What's this transgression to me? If I'm a direct descendant, if I am God in the flesh, if I am divine in my own righteousness and in my own right, and I am a vessel of that, how can I fail? I can do it all. I can do anything. Nothing's too hard for me. Nothing can beat me. You know what I'm saying? It can come at me. It can attack me. This remind me of my other message I posted, the Dear Billy messages when I was talking about it was a tower moment, okay? But the way Source gave it to me was like, if I told you to go, and on go, even though the sky is literally falling, the sky is falling, things are happening around you, is wolves and all kinds of serpents and animals and just prowling, waiting on your ass to run by them. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is happening at once. Just tornadoes and tsunamis all crashing down, happening right around you. I mean, right around you, like. But Source said, run. And when you run, you keep running. You don't stop. You don't look back. You just. I know it's scary, but I didn't put fear in you. If I'm telling you nothing's gonna touch you, if I'm telling you you got it, if I'm telling you you're good, if I'm telling you you were created with all of this in you, and I told you all you had to do was run, keep going, keep running your race, keep walking your path, and nothing will touch you. Will you be obedient? Will you listen to that? Okay? And I thought that was so beautiful that message came back to me, because I was just like, think about it, y'all. Like, We all face our own adversity, our own transgressions every single day. Every last one of us. We all go through something where we're like, I'm tired of digging holes, Grandpa. Like, it's just like, I'm sick of this shit, damn it. Like, I'm sick. I'm tired. It's always something. Don't you know? Oh, man, that just came to me. It was a movie that I was watching, one of the Tyler Perry movies. And the pastor be up there, and he was like, and when you feel like you're gonna break, don't break, okay? He did that shit right, so he said, don't break. Because your season, your blessing, whatever it is that you're waiting on is right around the corner. But most of the times, you're gonna be tested the hardest, you're gonna be tested the worst, tested the most, right before a humongous blessing, okay? And so, again, going back to Satira being brazen, know that, I also read something in here, it was like, you are the Aj. The Aj is that unfuckwittable spirit, okay? Know that you are unfuckwittable in walking in your brazenness, okay? You are the Aj in the brazenness, okay? Like, and Satira, they used to call her like the Jezebel spirit back then and shit like that, like, because Satira used to dress how she wanted to dress and she used to dance, like, they would call it provocatively, but they didn't realize when she moved her hips and she did her dances and things that these were actual rituals. These were actual rituals, and she was using her power to manifest and create with the universe, right? They didn't know that though. Of course not. They weren't a part of the set. They ain't a part of the game. They don't know about this, okay? So when they, remember, they were enslaved. So these motherfuckers, they didn't know shit about what we about for real, right? And so, again, that's how she adapted that, oh, Jezebel, that, you know, that they call it that spirit, but she really, it was nothing negative. This was how that was her call, right? And in her doing so, that was her Aj, like her being the baddest bitch that she is, right? And in doing so, it boosted her energy. It boosted, was already within her. And so that's why for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, anybody in her bloodline or anybody who is able to tap into that Aj, right? You start to understand what it means to really be brazen, what it really means to stand with your head the fuck up high, okay? Walk like you are somebody, talk like you somebody, dress like you somebody, dance like you somebody. You look at them problems and you say, you don't tell them how, why would you tell the God that's within you? Why would you tell the source of all things that this is too big? What? Nah, you tell your problems how big your God is, how big you are. I can do anything. I have been through so much and I can do so much more. I got through so much other shit that was worse than this. I'm going to get through this too. You know? And the Most High, you know, just like the Most High will use people, the enemy will use people too. So you'll have, you know, let's say your property manager or your landlord calling you all crazy because you're late on your rent, or people sending you threats to, you know, threaten to cancel your subscription or cancel your car insurance, cancel this. You know what I'm saying? You don't certify. You ain't you can't get food stamps no more. You know what I'm saying? Like all this shit in your face, and you just like, all I'm trying to do is survive and provide for my family and I. Bars. But that's all I'm trying to do, right? And the Most High is saying, you can and you will and you are. See, we don't work. See, be of this world, but be in this world, but not of it. Okay? Understand that we don't live for the world. We live for the Most High. We live for Source. We live for ourselves. Right? And in doing that, you create abundance for yourself anyway. So, you don't necessarily need money to do things, because if God said, then God said. If it is, then it is. If this is meant for me, then no man, no woman, no thing can stop that. You feel me? No energy you can intervene. You yourself can prolong things from happening for you, but can't nobody else and can't nothing else get in your way. You know, and that's the most That shit made me feel so good to just read over all of this, you know? Have your faith. Walk out on that water anyway. Spirit say, I got your back. Your family, your spiritual family say, we got your back. Bitch, walk on that water. Walk on the water. What you scared of? That's what's going to make you fall. Trying to be strong. Trying to have control. Trying to know it all. That's what's going to make you fall. That's what's going to make you sink. Okay? But knowing and believing that I am, I can, I have, it's done. Even if it ain't came to pass yet, but guess what? It will. It is. That means it is. Time is non-existent, so things of the past, the present, and future are all concurrent. So future things might not have happened yet, but being that everything is already written, it'll come into play. And if you don't want that negative thing to come to play, because we all have a ability, whether you know it or not, to shift timelines. So if you think negatively, you're going to attract that. But if you have faith and you believe in yourself and the fact that you know source and source lives in you, you're just a vessel, that means that I can do all things then. If you believe that your spirit guides, your ancestral guides, your friends on the other side that got your back, they got your back. So I ask you again, what the fuck is a goon to a god or a goddess? What's an ant to a giant? What's adversity to your brazenness? Couldn't hold a candle. Okay? And we know I can sit here and preach all day and all night because this is what I love to do. But before I let y'all go, y'all know how this shit go. Make sure you keep your shit real. Tell the truth. Make sure you keep your shit raw, no holds barred, and come back and kick it with your favorite brown skin John. Once again, I really hope this message resonates with somebody. I hope this encourages somebody. I hope this uplifts somebody. I hope it speaks life into somebody. I don't give a damn if it's just one person. I want you to receive this. I want you to go to bed tonight. I want you to wake up in the morning, or excuse me, in the rising. I want you to use this to transmute any negativity that may be sitting on you, because you know sometimes that shit called anxiety likes to sit on us, and it drives us mad. Can you please? Did anybody ask for no goddamn I can't stand a commercial. But yes, y'all, like, just please, you know, if it's for you, like, I send blessings, I send love, I send light, I send brazenness, I send faith, I send all that positive energy away. Understand that shit come from my soul, come from my heart. Like, every part of me wants you to know that you got this. You are, yo. Just as I said it, you are. And that R is whatever you want to be, whatever you desire, okay? You can accomplish anything. We can do anything, okay? And understand, this shit won't be like this forever. For the divine's true children, for the real gang, it won't be like this forever for us. So keep your head up and keep going. I love y'all. Peace.